Hi guys, welcome back to WePlaysSG, and today we have another unboxing. So this is Wonderlands War, and this is actually just the tray box, and this is the actual game. So this is actually the deluxe edition, and they're also having a Kickstarter right now for the reprint as well as the expansion over at Kickstarter now. So yeah, but that one I think they only have just a few cards for the expansion, so I guess it's mainly for the reprint. Yeah, so this is the unboxing, and this is likely what you also get in terms of components as well as the deluxe stuff. So yeah, I'll also be showing you guys how this tray actually fits with just the capsule, because in this case this is without the chips. There is also an additional add-on. I believe it's $50. So this is without the chips, and I'll show you guys how this all fits with just the coin capsules. Yeah, so that'll be later in the video. So this is actually the box for the tray itself, and this is the actual box. Okay, so yeah, this is basically the main box itself. As you can see, it's quite big and quite tall. So you can see over here is a 2 to 5 player game, plays for 25 minutes per player, and ages for 13 and up. So that's the side, and here we have the red queen, the queen of hearts, and we have Alice here. So again, the art here is also by Manny Tremblay, which is also the artist that did the art for Dice Throne. So I'm seeing some sort of similarity here. So that's the other side, and this is what we have here. So this is the main board itself here, as well as all the different Wonderlandians, I think. And yeah, so basically in this game is a bit of back building. So where in the first phase you're actually going through the round table to sort of gather your bags of chips, and then you will resolve the battle in each of the different realms or forests or these areas here, and then when you're resolving the combat, that's where you'll be pulling chips out of your bag. So it also have a bust mechanism which is similar to Cracks of Kranenburg, in the sense that if you pull out, I think 4 of these black color chips, then that's where you bust, and then you will kind of lose the combat, even though you already have like higher strength than others. So yeah, let's open this up. Okay, so yeah, again, just a side note here, you can see that we have the game trays is by Game Trays. Oh sorry, the inserts are by Game Trays. Yeah. And of course this is published by Druid City Games. Yeah. Okay, once again, this is Wonderlands War. Let's see what's inside. Okay, as usual, nothing much at the back. And here we have some of this Skybound tabletop, some catalogs. So we have some games that I've never seen before. And yeah, Sorcerer City, I saw it. Yeah. So this is kind of a sort of a tile laying game, and Tidal Blades, and Veilers of Villainy, which is also along the way. Okay, yeah, so anyway, I got this game from Geekster, so I'll also link his page down below. And So this is a QR code for the different resources that you can get regarding Wonderlands War. So next up we have is this rulebook, which is interesting. So here's where they put all the designers. So you can see Manny Tremblay here, along with Ben Eisner, Tim, and Ian Moss. So let's see. It's a very interesting, very bright and colorful rulebook. So we have the player boards here, the player pieces, and some standees, as well as the different cards and chips. Yeah, so these will be chips, but if you get the these are cardboard chips. So if you get the actual plastic chips, all these will become the plastic ones, along with all this. And yeah, basically this whole column here. And we have the game setup and player setup, and how the game plays. So this is the tea party itself. Yeah. So these are different leader effects. War phase. So that's the phase where you pull chips out of your bag and compare strength. And the final scoring. Okay, so you have some battle example. Again, very nicely laid out over here. And the second example, and 2-player rules. So I guess it's slightly different for 2 players. And some glossary and ability clarifications. Again, it's not very lengthy. It's about 23 pages. So yeah, and we do have some sort of flowchart here, as well as some iconography. Quick reference. Yeah. So again, I think this part could be further like beautified instead of a very serious looking flowchart. But yep. So this is the rulebook. Let's set it this side. So you can also see that over here at the side we have one long sort of notch here for us to pick out all the different inserts. But what we have here at the top is our drawbacks. So we have one for each of the different leaders. So that's the top hatter, that's the Queen of Hearts. That's I think that's a cat, but I'm not sure what's the name. And then we have this and Alice. So yeah, it's a very nice vibrant canvas back. So I have 5 colors here. So this pink, this purple, and you can see the inside is white. And this is the end here. It feels okay. Yeah, it feels pretty sturdy. And it has this canvasy sort of material. Yep. So this for putting your bags in, and what's good about this is that it has a circular bottom. So if you know from Cracks of Carnival, if you use their original bags, it's actually squarish. So over here is just one seam here. What that does is that it kind of leads to all the tokens being like trapped at the corner. So when you are sort of putting your hand in and like taking the chips, so some of it will get stuck at one side. But since this is a circular bottom, so all of them will just kind of fall into the center. So yeah, that's good. And these are the 5 bags, which they don't really have a specific spot to be in. Yeah, so you kind of just have to lay them on top. So here we have the different some of the plastic components. So these are the standees, or the stands for the standees. So it's pretty standard. Yeah, but it has a very interesting shape. Yeah. So yeah, it's just basically 2 prongs here to clip onto the cardboard piece. Yeah, very light plastic. Yeah, I think standee, or rather the stand, should be kind of heavier plastic so that the standees won't get toppled over. when the wind blows. And then let's see what else we have. We have some crystals here and the different wooden pieces. Can pour some out. So these are our regular wooden pieces. And we have some silica gel, which is good. I'll tend to keep them so that maybe they might help to prevent moles from growing on the wooden pieces. Then we have some cubes here, probably as markers or something. Okay. And here we have the different player pieces. So we have the different shapes. So this for Alice, and this for the top hatter. Interesting. And some, I think this is the Cheshire cat, if I'm not wrong. So all in their player colors. So yeah, again, very light wood. So this in like a teacup shape, and this is the poker card soldier. Not too sure what shape is this, but it looks like a tower, and this is supposed to be like the some sort of monster. And the cat. Yep. Very nice and differentiated colors as well. So let me put all this back. And again, every bag has a silica gel, which is good. And then we have some really big crystals. So these are kind of the generic crystals that you get from other games. Yeah. So they are actually pretty much the same thing. It's like the gems or the rubies in Istanbul. So they are kind of like this size. So they have this kind of odd shape to it, different curves. So and this is like the bigger version. Yeah. So they're actually the same shape, just bigger. So I think this is the biggest that I've seen so far. Yeah. So I think in the Century, game, the golden version. So their gems are actually, or crystals, I think, are also at this shape. Yeah. So this is the dark one, which is like the Madness shard or something. So yeah, very cool. So you do have only a few, about 10 of these, and a lot more for the black one. Okay, just like to show you guys the side before I go on any further. So that's like the part of the tea party, and some of the teacups and teapots. So these are the different top trays, bottom tray, and middle tray. So yeah, this holds all the different cards here, the different faction meeples, which are these, as well as the middle tray that holds some of the different leaders pieces. So this is a deluxe edition. So yeah, it's interesting. That's the Humpty Dumpty, I think. Cool. So back here, so this has a placeholder, so you can actually fit the other tray piece, sorry, the tray box over here. Okay, so these are deluxe versions, so we actually have all the different sort of minis. So yeah, this not too sure when you'll use it, but these are kind of interesting. So it's feels a bit kind of like matte soft touch finish. but it's yeah, I think it's just plastic, but it has a kind of soft feeling to it, but it's not sort of compressible. So that's for the Queen of Hearts. That's for the green color monster. Not too sure what the name is, but it's very nice. Yeah, I'm not too sure when you'll use these pieces. And then we have the Mad Hatter. Again, very nice sculptures. So these are supposed to be like the tea pouring out of the teacup with a teapot shaped house. And then we have Alice here. So yeah, I think these meeple pieces are supposed to be like some sort of castle tower, like over here. Yeah, very nice. And the last one, which is our cat. This pink in color has a bit of a creepy feel to it. So again, they all have these three things on top, which is interesting, like a constant theme throughout. Okay, so that's the first level. Yeah. So this the top layer is consisting of this, which is also the lid. Okay, so yeah, it's a bit tight and interesting design. So we also have, okay, can't really see it, but I also have the Wonderland's wall embossed here and the game trays. So I guess I'll put this over here. Okay. And here we have some compartments here, these two. And we have some minis. So again, you can see all the shapes here are similar, so you can kind of just fit them anywhere you like. But also this is good in the sense that you can actually just sort of, you don't have to put all of them in the correct order, but that also means that they are not well fitted, so they tend to move around a bit. So yeah, I will still prefer to see something that is more suited for like the mini itself, so that it has a better sort of grip over the minis. So, but they are very nice, and it has a kind of very smooth looking texture to it. Yeah, so there's a bit, yeah, so this is like a sword on the floor with some mushrooms here. Yeah, not too sure who this represents, but this is definitely Alice with a bit of a crooked sword. Yep. Well, again, very nice. It's very true to the illustrations here. And we have this. So I think some of them is also representing the different Wonderlandians, I think. So there's a very big and chunky mini. So you do have a teacup here. Yeah, because these don't really represent the sort of leaders of the different factions. And that's Humpty Dumpty, I think. Yeah. Again, you can see some sort of cracks on here. Very nice detail. And we have this, which is the cat. Again, I think I also have the Paint the Roses game, so they're also portraying this cat like with a separated head. So yeah, interesting. And then we have, this should be the Mad Hatter. Yeah. So in this game, he's actually like the one holding the tea party. So one of his abilities is that he can just stay put without moving, if I'm not wrong. So this is the rabbit. So it's interesting, like the ear here is like holding on to itself only from this point onwards. So yeah, it's a bit soft, as you can see. Yeah, do be careful with this. And we have another egg looking character. Yeah, again, they are not light, so the minis are all pretty heavy. Yeah, there's nothing on the bottom here. So another looks a bit like Mr. Pringles. Okay, and we have this. Not too sure which character is this. Yeah, so these are definitely not the faction's leader. Here's another, yeah, looks like an 8 character. Okay, and another one here. So I'm not very sure what is this, but it's like a inverted sort of rabbit on a chair. And this is, oh, this is the chunkiest. It's even more, it's even like bigger than this. So yeah, this looks like a warrior or something with a heart here. Interesting. And we have, this looks like a rat on a pile of teacups. Interesting. Yep. And then we have some horses. Yeah. All this feels more solid than the others, other standees that I've seen so far. So it feels like there's some weight to it. So all this here, you can see that they actually have a more custom sculpt for all of them. And here we have sort of a griffin kind of standee, sorry, mini. Yeah, and they all have like pretty small connection points here for such a big piece here. So you can see that they are a bit bendy. And then we have the Queen of Hearts. So yeah, very interesting. Then we have this monster here. So this is also one of the faction leaders, I suppose. You see the face here. Give a lot of protruding parts for mini, I feel. Yeah. Interesting. I believe it's some sort of different material as compared to the other minis that's usually used. So this we have some sort of caterpillar looking character with smoke all around here, sitting on a mushroom. And you can see like the ridges, you can hear. Yeah, on the back. So you can, from the side you can hear that it's actually pretty like solid or hefty inside. It's not like a kind of light plastic. Yeah, so I'm gonna cap this up for now. Okay, so here, interesting, we have another book. I think this is the, oh, interesting, there's a different chapters. So yeah, I don't think there's any sort of scenario to this, but yeah, because there's no setup here, so we do have a few chapters of stuff. That's up to chapter. Yeah, this is one of the standees that we saw. I mean, mini. Interesting. Yeah, and I think we saw this also. That's one of the first few chunky mini. And we saw this as well. So maybe they are tied to the game somehow. Cool. Yeah, and we saw this sword also. Yeah, not too sure if this is just a like an art book or is it something usable in the game. Okay, and next we have this. Okay, so this is actually some sort of poster thing, which is in a very nice matte kind of paper. So it's white at the back. So madness, only resource worth losing your head over. Yeah, so that's the cat. And you have this. Again, it's very nice. It's a very nice art style. And we have the King of Hearts and the poker card soldiers at the back. And the Mad Hatter. Very interesting. And Alice with the different characters at the back. I don't think if Alice in the Wonderland ever carry a sword. Yeah, I don't think so. So yeah, that's the sort of poster artworks. Not sure if they do offer this in this round of reprint. Okay, so it's in this nice white envelope. So now we finally see a glimpse of the game board. Okay, so it opens up. So it's a 6-fold board, which I'll slowly show you guys. Okay, so this is one of the different sort of realms that you can fight control over. So, and over here is the battle track. So this is the one that keeps track of your strength. And this is where I believe the most game will happen here, where you're going around, and this for 4 to 5 players. So you're going around this tea table, trying to collect different cards for the different abilities. You can see if I move it slightly up, you can see over here is the different these Tauji woods. So this is the second, third, and fourth place that you can fight control over. As well as this is the last one, the fifth one. And those around is just to track your victory points. So yeah, very interesting board, and I really like the art here. It's very sort of cartoonish, but without being too kiddish. And yeah, well, just to quickly talk about the quality, because this is such a big box, so a big board, so the quality here is pretty important. So yeah, so you can see this is let me get it to focus. So this over here is two boards here and 2 boards here, so together that's 6. And yeah, you can see that you can kind of see the printing, like sort of the printing paper in between. So yeah, it looks a bit sort of dry, like it feels like it might peel off. So, and you can see that it has a bit of a warp here, like these 2 areas. Yeah, so not a very good sign for a game that hasn't really been played before. So you can see if I grab it by the middle, you can see this side is kind of warping outwards. And yep, that's the board. Okay, next we have the different faction. So this is interesting. So I'm looking at this and it looks a bit tilted. Not sure if you guys can see. It looks a bit tilted this way. So here we have. Okay, so this is actually cardstock. It does feel a little bit like plastic, but it's not. It's actually your cardstock. Yeah, it's pretty thin. So a bit it doesn't feel flimsy, but it will definitely wear out as time goes by. So you can see all the edges are now very well done. So this is good because in some games I saw like this kind of sort of player mat, so they actually do come a bit wear off or wear out. I also feel there's some text here, so it feels like as though it's punched out from somewhere else. So anyway, this is the player board. So there's the different things that you can upgrade, and your leader strength, and the different chips that you can sort of take out to actually boost your different abilities here. So you have here your exhausted chips and your active chips. So as you pull them out, you just kind of lay them here, I guess. And we have another side. So this is a 2-player mode, which is interesting. Because there's sort of like a dedicated 2-player mat. So there's the Cheshire Cat, and we have the Jabberwock over here. And yeah, we have these madness chips here. So we have a limit of 3 too. So the next one, I believe you need to kind of sort of bust and I don't know, refresh your bag. So yeah, interesting. I'm not too sure why there's like a yellow glow to the 2-player section. Okay, so we have the red army here. You may place the buttons to multiple regions. Yep. So that's the 2-player side. Okay, and the Mad Hatter. And the 2-player side. And our Alice with the 2-player side. So yeah, altogether 5. Again, the new Kickstarter doesn't include any new factions, so that's a shame because that's something that they could have done. And we have lots of rows of baggies here. About 4, I guess. So here we have our Madness Shard dice. So in some cases, some cards will actually let you roll the dice, and depending on how many icons you roll, you get the number of Madness Shards. So we have a 3, a 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so 3 1s, 2 2s, and 1 3s. So yeah, a very standard makeup. Yeah, pretty cool. Nice. Yeah, it's sort of glossy, but again, not sure why all these dice do come a bit scratched up. Yep, so there's a spot here for it, I suppose. And we have some of these cards. Again, you can see that there are some leeway here. So I guess this should be sleeve friendly. And you can see that we have another spot here for your card. So if your sleeve do overflow, you can kind of shift it over here. And we have some bigger cards. So it's pretty light for a deck of cards. But yeah, so they do go down in the bottom. And you can see here that over here they do have a bit of a lip. So you can most likely sleeve all of them and still put it inside. And yeah, we have these 2 decks here, an A and a W. Interesting. And we have some more of these smaller cards. So again, the smaller card there has like a huge dimple here, like this. Yeah, it's like super big, so not sure why do we need to be that tall. But yeah, and they do have a bit of a lip here as well. So you can see this. You can see like over here, like a finger spacing. So you should have enough space to sleeve this as well. So yeah. So the lip kind of makes it really easy to push it up and pick it up. So we have, yeah, 3 different decks here. Again, I feel like there's something below. So yeah. So not too sure if I should be placing things all the way at the bottom. I'm guessing I should. Okay, and we have this nice, again same material as the faction boards. So yeah, it's a very nice leaflet sort of that has the Raging War place, flowchart, and the end of battle things that you should do, and the end of war phase, all the different cards. So you can see that W here is actually the Wonderlandian market, and then we have the Tea Party flowchart. Again, a bit serious looking, so it's kind of hard to really look at it and go through. But I think once you do actually take the time to go through this flowchart, I think it will be a lot better. And very nice, quick reference for you to sort of like a glossary for you to refer to the different pages in the rulebook, and some keywords and iconography. So maybe let's put this somewhere here. And we have here all the different chips. Not too sure why it's there. Okay, so it's like, I guess when it's down at the bottom, it's easy for you to pick this up like this. Again, lots of circular chips because it's a back building game. So all these circular ones are most likely the ones that's going into your bag. There's some broken shield, and this is a scoring that you put at different realms. So you do kind of randomize it, and it goes to the different places every round, so that it's a bit varied, so all the realms don't always score the same score. And this is if you have more than 100 points for each of the different faction. Some discard card. So again, very nice. It's matte, so yeah, it's nice. I like when it's matte. And yeah, so you have some that breaks 2 meeples, and some that breaks just 1. And there are some of these that belongs to the Red Queen. Sorry, the Queen of Hearts. So yeah, that's the back side of it. So let's put this at the bottom. We have 3 more. So another one of this. Again, this is a nice shield, and this is the broken shield. So it's something probably that's a one-time use throughout the game. And we have some upgrades. I think it's kind of an upgrade token for your faction, leader faction board. And this is for Alice and Cheshire Cat. Very nice and vibrant game. Okay. Again, I'm seeing some things here. I'm not sure I can show you guys. We can see the corner is a bit not very well done, but okay. That's something that I noticed. And same thing here, some extra Wonderlandian kind of token here, which is cool. And we have more of these. So I think not all of them belongs to the players. So some of them is like a Wonderlandian kind of chips that you do put inside, so that to build your pack, to make it stronger. Yeah, again, very nice. Yeah, so I accidentally punched one out, so there you guys see. So yeah, not very squishy, which is good, but I really prefer to see the black core kind of chips, because this is yeah, if you do this, it will break. And yeah, I mean that's the nature of cardboard tokens. But I think for a game that you do have to use and keep touching and keep mixing the chips around in the back. I think they could have gone for a better quality one. Yep. I think maybe that's why they're selling the chips version. So I'll keep this one side to show you guys the how it fits with the capsule. And here, interesting. Okay, we have some of the standees here. They are replaced by minis in this game. So these are all the different ones. So this is the sword, and that's the upside down rabbit, and the standing rabbit, the mouse on some teacups, and the griffin, and the jabberwock. I'm turning this all around, but you get the idea. These are 8 characters, and this interesting one, and this caterpillar, another 8 character, Alice, and some others. So you have very nice, very high resolution of all the different games actually. So that's interesting. And yep, that's all of. Don't want to punch this out. Yep, so that's all the different punch ups. And then we'll move on to the cards, which are here. Yep, so we just lay them here. So maybe let's use this as a background. Not very nice, but can show you guys the small cards first. Again, I'll always do a speed test, so do stay tuned for it. Okay, so again we have the different bags here. So this is 3 and 2. So we have the number 1s here. So the card quality is very nice. So once again it has this sort of, can't really see it well, but it has the linen finish, which is very nice, and it's quite thick. Also, it's quite stiff. It's not flimsy, and yeah, it feels pretty thick. It kind of feels like the same material as the faction board, but because it's so small, so it feels a lot thicker. So here you have all the different ones that you can collect. So these are the ones that lay around the table, and when you go there, I suppose you add these 2 into your deck, and maybe you have to also roll the shard dice. Sorry, the madness shard dice. So all the different colors that you saw. Yeah. So this is probably for the first round. I think maybe the whole thing lasts about 3 rounds. And one sort of teacup phase ends when all this deck runs out. So this one probably lets you remove one of the shards. Yeah, so you kind of collect the shard crystals, and during the combat phase you kind of add them, sort of discard the crystals to add the actual madness chips into your bag. Interesting, not too sure what they mean. These to put 2 meeples into the realms for control. So yeah, these to actually upgrade your faction board. Not too many of don'ts. Not too sure why it is like black and white. Well, okay. Yeah, so very simple here. And we have number 1 here to show that this is probably part of round 1. Yep. Again, very nice art all around. And let's take a look at this, which I like their pull tab, which is very nice. And this is for number 2, round 2 probably. So we are going to see more drastic ones. Yeah, so you are getting like higher power here as well. Interesting. Yeah, some of the different cards. And this for round 2. Okay, so here we have the third deck. Okay, so yep, so this is the third one. I suppose it's the third round, so yeah, once again, really nice card quality. Yeah, so that's the third one, and here you can see, yep, so it's slightly higher values here, and yeah, same number of meeples that you put onto the different realms to claim for control. And yeah, you also get this Wonderlandian, I suppose. You can gain 1 artifact chips. Just put 3, I guess. 6. Lose 2 supporters from one region to do all this. Place a big ally chip from the supply onto your forge track. And gain some of this black and white one. Interesting. So we have this 3 different deck here. And let's move on to the smaller ones. So I guess these are some quest cards of sorts, and let's open this up. And okay, let's see what's here. Okay, again, same sort of card quality, but you do see a bit of sort of scraping kind of thing over here. But yeah, otherwise very nice quality, pretty thick and very firm, and it's like it's very nice. You can see like the very nice white card stock that's over here. And we have some quest cards here, and we have some wager cards. So these are the ones that so basically, if for that realm, if there's only 2 person involved, then the others will actually use this wager. So you can see that this is for the Cheshire Cat, so there won't be any Cheshire Cats here. So what they do is that they will bet on who will win. So yeah, and depending on the outcome, I think there'll be certain benefits or something. So we have a very nice picture of Alice, the Jabberwock, the Mad Hatter, and the Queen of Hearts. So yeah, that's and a very nice bag for the Cheshire Cat. So you can see over here you have everybody. Maybe let's take the Queen of Hearts. So you can see that you have everybody except for the Queen of Hearts, and the rest will be the same. So yeah, very nice. So that's for the Queen of Hearts. Then we have the Jabberwock. Yeah, once again, same thing. And the the Mad Hatter. And then we have Alice. Very nice. So you just kind of hand them the cards. So yeah, that's the wager cards, and let's put it here. Yep. And then we have some quest cards here. So we can see, can paint the roses. Interesting. That's 3 victory point and a battle with strength 3, 4, 9 or 10 in the Meadow of Living Flowers. So endgame objective 3 victory point. This or this times 7. 7 or more roses and / or cut soldiers. So that's 3 victory point. So feat and objective bonus plus 3 victory points, so total of 9, I guess, if you can complete all both of it. So that's another one, quite a lot of it. Okay, so these are the small ones, and we do have some more here, and there's a whole deck of okay. Okay, so again, all these are the quest cards. So from the look of it, it seems to be a standard size. So let's take a look here. Again, more objective and feats for you to perform. And they seem to be tied to a certain area, I guess. You can see over here is slightly different. And we can see, yeah, interesting. So that's a different area. So this is in the red keep, that's in the pool of tears, and yeah, all the different things that you can do. There's the Tugly or Tauji woods, the Van of bruises. So yeah, this is the Wits End, and again the Tauji woods, the Wits End again, and the red kit, and the Meadow of Living Flowers. So this might be the sort of stretch goals. I'm not too sure, since they are kind of arranged one of each over here. So yeah, we have a kind of a few, like maybe 5 or so for every of the different realms. So that's the small cards. So these are the quest cards, and we have now moved on to the big ones. So let's see. Again, the pull tabs are really good in the sense that it's really easy to use. Okay, let's take a look. Again, really huge cards, and these are all the probably the not expansion, the reference cards. Let's maybe go through these first. So we have 5, just nice for 2 to 5 players, and we have the ally reference cards, and a C here. Not too sure what's the difference. Yeah, interesting. There's a different yeah. Oh, so I remember. So there's actually different sort of powers for each of the different chips. So this is for the set C. So you can see that on the next draw extra chips, you go to this chip strength, choose one to play, and return the rest to your bag. So this kind of like Cracks of Caliber, in the sense that these chips in set C is for this power, and in another set, it's when played, if you don't have a castle in this region, you may triple this chip's strength. So I suppose the castle is the bigger minis in the different colors. So in set D, this is actually the power for this soldier cards, or card soldiers. Yep. So that's pretty interesting. This is set A, sorry, set C and D. And then we have all this player reference. So this is a Tea Party's turn, and basically move clockwise to an unoccupied space on the plate and take the card in its reward and its reward. So next, if you reach the head of the table, stop temporarily to refill all empty spaces and roll the shark dice. So this is for rolling the shark dice. And if you have 4 Tea Party cards at the start of your turn, place your leader into a region of your choice. Okay, interesting. So at the end of Tea Party, all player gain a madness chip. The player with the most shard tokens gains a madness chip and discard half of their shards. Interesting. So next is for the war phase. So basically what you do is to determine starting strength, leader plus Wonderlandian strength plus castles. So castles do give you strength, I suppose. And then draw chips until all players hot, bust, or win. Winner gains victory points. Place castles, second place gains half the victory for half the region victory point, which is all actually stated in the cardboard. And can complete quests, check faction and Wonderlandian abilities, forge active chips. And move active chips to the exhausted area. Yeah. So I guess you don't actually put the chips that you use back into your bag in normal cases. So that's why you have to keep going around the table to collect more chips. So that's the reference cards, which I'll put over here. And next we have, these are, I believe, the Wonderlandians. Yep. So this is the White Rabbit. So you can see that the White Rabbit, after placing a second active chip, gain the strength of all the chips. Again, that's cool. Then we have Caterpillar. For the first draw, each player draw 2 chips. You choose one they play and one they return to the bag. Cool. This is the Duchess. Oh, so that's the Duchess. So this is the standee. Again, not too sure why you would need the standee. Let's see. At the start of the choose another player, gain 1 victory point each time they lose a unit in the Duchess region. Cool. So I guess you kind of put the Duchess out with their mini. So yeah, this kind of stand for that. This actually uses a mini. There's a Dormouse, Knave of Hearts. Cool, and a Griffin. Unicorn. After battle, gain 1 victory point for each active chip you have with a different border color. Cool. So you kind of gain points on the way. Not sure what is this 2 for. So if you win a battle with Walrus, gain 3 victory point, and you may place your castle in any region. So that's Walrus. And the Carpenter, Humpty Dumpty, March Hare, Tweedle. So that's 2. And we have this Amulet of the Duchess. When played, choose one opponent in the region, they must return 1 mana chip to their back. So these are without the minis. Crown of the Knave. The next chip each opponent draw has 0 strength, and that strength can be increased by other effects. Lock of Unicorn Hair, Hammer of the Carpenter, Dormouse Teapot, Tweedle's Bow Tie, and the Feather of Griffin. Interesting. Humpty's Glove. So there is Humpty Dumpty here, and Walrus Monocle, Watch of the White Rabbit, and March Hare's Biscuit, and the Caterpillar's Hookah. Interesting. So it's like every sort of character and their sort of accessory. That's cool. Yeah. But what would be cooler is they would match the accessory with the minis itself. But I guess that would be quite difficult to achieve. So yeah. So that's the Wonderlandian. It's here. Put a reference here. And then we have this is A. Probably something related to this. Not too sure. Let's see what's in stock for us. Okay, sorry for going out of camera so many times. Okay, let's take a look at this. So let's just read the card soldier. Okay, so another ally reference card. So this is when played, return 1 exhausted chip to your pack, or double this chip's strength. Cool. Oh, there's a lot more. Wow. Okay, that's very cool. Okay, so yeah, these are all different ABC. So so it's like 1 for every player. Okay, got it. So this is for set A, so all the set A's, and this is for set B. So when played, you may move supporters equal to this chip strength from an adjacent region to this battle, or double this chip strength. Okay, so what you want to do by moving supporters is because each supporters represent 1 strength, and as you pull pieces out of your chips out of your bag, and you might have a chance of actually removing the supporters. So that's maybe why you want to move supporters into your region. So we have A, B, C, D, another A, C. So that's a B, C, D. Cool. So 1 for each player. And then this is the one. So this is actually put out there so that everybody can see what this does. So this forge after battle, you may forge 1 active chip. It's weak. Interesting. Not too sure. Yeah. Okay, not too sure what they mean by this weak. But yeah, that's the forge. And then this is A. So again, these are all A's. So this is, there's a weak and a strong side. Okay. So this will actually follow this. So you can see that these two is actually the same. So when played, return 1 exhausted. Same thing here. So they just just for them to see basically. So that's all the different ways that you can play, even for the same one. Flamingos and the roses. Again, 4 for each of it. Red Rook and creatures. Okay, so yeah, that's all the different sets that you can play with. So yeah, actually quite a lot of replayability. And if you do follow this, so that's one way to play, or you can actually mix and match the different sets. Like you can maybe do A and D together, maybe that would be an interesting match. So yeah, that's all the different ways to play it. So I'll roughly put this back into the box, but I won't really do a reboxing for this. Yeah, and I'll actually show you guys the sleeve test right now, so that I can show you guys how this actually fits into this box. Okay, so you can see, let's start off with the standard one. So this is the ones for your quest card and your wager card, and this is 63.5 by 88 millimeters. So yeah, this is a very standard fit, and you can see the top, not too much leftover snugs at the side, your pretty usual stuff. And yeah, it's very nice, very snug fit, not too loose. Yep, so the problem comes when we are dealing with the small cards. Again, I do have a very, or a next matching size, or at least a better matching size. So this is 45 by 68 millimeters. So this is for all these three piles here, the round 3, round 2, and round 1. So yeah, you can see over here, let's turn to the back, you can see there's a bit of wiggle space, and the top here also quite a bit of leftover, but it's still a pretty good size, I would say, much better than the West Kingdom. So yeah, that's pretty nice. So that's again for the small card, you do want to look out for this size. And next we have the big cards, the long cards for the different cheap powers, as well as the Wonderlandians here. So, and the reference cards. So this is the one you want to go for. This is 70 by 120 millimeters, and yeah, so it fits really nice. Not too much leftovers, and pretty snug at the side. So yeah, it's a very nice fit all along. So let's show you guys how this fits into the insert. So let me carefully put this away. So for the big cards, you want to put them here. So you can see this way is okay, not too much up and down, but quite a bit of wiggle space here. Yep, and there's a bit of a dimple here, or a little bit of a notch that you can quite easily just pick it up, or you could press, but I don't think there's a lot of travel for you to pick the cards up. So yeah, that's what you can do. So that's for the big cards. I'll just leave them here, and there's a big one here. So this one actually puts like this, so you can see that there's movement all the way around, and that's pretty good. So there is some sort of support here, this piece, so the middle is actually resting on the piece like this, so this is fine. But for this, yeah, it's kind of pressable, so because there's nothing in the at the bottom to actually hold this, so yeah, do be careful with this. But if you're putting more, I guess it's fine. And let's go to the small cards. So this is the one that the sleeve is a lot bigger than the cards, so but yeah, they do fit, but it's a bit not too sure if you guys can see it. Let's hold this up. You can see there's a bit of like it kind of stuck there a bit. Yeah, I guess it's fine. It's not too much of a problem, and this thing kind of goes upwards, like in a way, like further away from the middle, you know. So the first card will suffer a bit, but the rest will be fine. So you can see that at the top there's a bit of space, but when it goes to the bottom, it's kind of getting narrower, so it's stuck there. So yeah, interesting design, but okay. So yeah, this is how this fits. But I suppose and assume that even if you sleeve everything, it should still fit fine. Yep. So if you're wondering what goes where, this is for the different meeples here, and yeah, this is probably for the shield tokens. Again, I won't be punching everything out, and yeah, I will just put at least the cards back. So again, just by first impressions of these cards, this is roughly how I would store all of them, and I would kind of stack. Again, it's pretty I mean natural, no nothing too fancy. Just store all the A cards over here in one pile of their own, and then you can maybe store all the different reference cards. You could store all the A's and B's, so sorry, the set reference cards together, and the rest is your Wonderlandians, which you will have to use in every single game. You can put them in the other stack, and followed by the player reference, just like this. And you don't really have to split this, but since you have more than one spot, and if let's say you're not sleeving your cards, you can actually split, I don't know, maybe 2 characters into one pile, so that it's easier to find, maybe. And then you can split the other 3 into this pile, and the rest can actually just contain your quest cards in the other pile. So yeah, and then the rest of these round cards just goes here as per normal. So you can see it's a bit wobbly because of the sort of convex shape, and followed by the round 1 cards over here. Yeah, so you don't actually have to keep this cardboard. You can actually just throw this out if you want. Again, I'm not seeing too many spots for all these different things, but from what I can see, at least from the punch pots, so this is probably for this shape, this shield. So if I punch one out, so they should fit very nicely, and there's a very nice dimple here, yeah, to pick up. Otherwise you can see that it's quite flush around the sides. There's no way for you to dig it out, so this is nice again. So very nice operation here, and yeah, maybe I'll just leave it here. Okay, and yeah, the rest. So the chips do have their own place, so I'll show you guys slightly later. And what we have next is this thing. So we do have this token here. So yeah, again they punch really nicely, and we have this sort of scoring. So we kind of put them here. So yeah, that's a very nice spot. And lastly, maybe not lastly, but I do see some squares here, which is most likely for this. Okay, so yeah, that's a very nice spot. Again, I don't think there's too many of them, and again, super easy to take out because it's flush. So they do have to have the, you kind of have to push it down and pick it up. So again, very nice. I like how sleeves, how inserts take care of all this, and this again, very nice and easy to take out. So that's for, let me see if there's any other special shapes. No, not any that I can see. And we do have one more here. So this goes here, like so. So again, still flushed, still easy to take out, so that's very nice. And this is here, and yeah, very nice. Again, I like how the inserts are arranged, that's good. And I like how they actually pay attention to the sleevers out there. So yeah, and you can see that for the quest cards, right, it's actually almost to the brim, so you most likely have to kind of split it like this. Yeah. So yeah, you have to split this most likely, and this is the flowchart. And again, I'm not too sure what goes here, but I'm starting to get the idea. So this probably goes here, so maybe I can do a simple one for you guys. Yeah, so you can probably chuck all this into the different slots here, into the different colors. So maybe let's take the green. So there's probably about 6. Again, I'm not too sure what all these markers are for. Yeah, and it's nice. I think they really thought it out. There's like a not sure and not sure, so you can just like, your finger can just go in and grab everything out. So that's very nice. And next, maybe let's do the blue. Okay. Again, timestamps down below if you don't want to like watch me do all this. But yeah. Okay, and we have the pink one and the red one here. And yeah, the last one. So again, I didn't really notice it, but I'm seeing this kind of space over here. So it's most likely for this. So yeah, again, and it has a very nice notch that you can just push everything out. Yeah, so again, I like this kind of design. Yeah, but this one there's not really any notches here. So maybe let's just try a few. So yeah, it's kind of just sitting there like this. Okay, I might cut this part out. Yeah, just so that you guys can see for yourself how it looks like. Okay, I would have probably cut most of it out, but you can see the colors flashing because I've actually exchanged the position, and I realized that as I'm putting them in, all of these has different width. So you can see that this and this is yeah, that's the problem that I'll talk to you guys about later. So you can see that they have different width. So the purple one actually only fits here and nowhere else. And the red one fits the best in the top spot. And this tree in the middle is actually pretty small. And this is pretty snug. You can see not much movement. Yeah, so that's also one problem that I face, is that these do kind of topple over, or maybe they are not in the right spot. Oops, not too sure, but yeah, they do have their own spot, and if you want to put it nicely, it's kind of shaky. For this is fine, but the blue one is especially shaky because of, well, just the shape of it. So yep, so that's how you put all this back at least, and I'll show you how to put the rest back. So the faction box comes in first, so yeah, it should sit flushed, and then followed by the game board, and I would actually put this here. Okay, and I'll put this here for now because I'm not punching them out so soon, but you can actually remove this, and maybe let's just remove it so that I can show you guys something else. And next, then this can just go in, doesn't matter, it's not very thick, and this can go here. And then for the middle layer, so that's why this is actually important, so that you can kind of do this. So what these two spots is for is probably for all your different shards. Yes, so very nice spot here, as well as the one here. Okay, again, not too much of it, and I'm not too sure what I should do with this yet, but we'll see how. And basically the rest just goes on top of this and kind of snap them into place. Okay, yeah, these two are snapped, so that's the top. And yeah, basically for all this, you kind of just lay them on top. Again, I can't remember which one comes first, but technically this was on top, if I remember wrongly. So yeah, something like that. But I'm not gonna put this there because I do have some bags here, which not too sure I should rearrange them. But maybe something like this. And the rulebook, I'll leave it here as well, because I'm going to show you guys this, which is, yeah, the tray for all the different chips. And yeah, so I just have to open this up. Okay, so I've made a small cut here. Okay, so this is actually the tray box for all the different chips, and it has a, you can see over here, it has a magnetic flap. Okay, very nice. And yeah, from the shadow you can see there's one here and another one here, probably another one right here. So yeah, again, let's open this up. And again, don't want to really open this too much, but okay, so you can roughly see from here. So that's where all the chips are supposed to go. This is the tools of the Wonderlandians, and same here. And this is for the faction leaders, all the different chips that belong to them, and the poisoned and the allies right here. So these are the ones that you use every round, and these are the madness chips and the forged ones. So yeah, let's put them like this. Okay, very nice. So yes, so these are the ones that will go in here. So they will fit here nicely, and yeah, they do fit quite nice. And if it's here, it's a very nice spot. Yep. So the chips will really work really nicely here. So that's how it is, and I'll show you guys the capsule which I have here. So these are the coin capsules, and with this fit, I'm supposed that there wouldn't be much of a movement. So yeah, so you can't really fit this in. You can see that it's twirling around. So yeah, can't really fit in any of this spot. And this, if I push it in, I would probably never get it out. So no to capsules really. It's a shame, but because for these chips they are about 2 mm, as I see from the website, and the chips, the plastic chip version is actually 4 mm, so it's twice as thick. So you can fit this no problem. But if you want to put coin capsules, which is a cheaper option than the $50 chips, I guess you can't really fit it back here. So that's a shame. This is, you can take this out, and it's a very nice art here, but yeah, I guess it will look nicer, a lot nicer with the chips that they provide. So but nonetheless, I'll show you how to put it in, or rather how they look. So yeah, very easy, and they do kind of have a very tight fit, and that's how they would look. Yeah, actually it's quite nice though, but it's a shame that it can't fit into this box. Yeah, but it's very nice. And yeah, it's kind of sad. So you guys want a closer look. So yeah, basically it's like this situation. I don't want to push it because I wouldn't be able to get it out, and this is like, there's still like space in the bottom, so you can't actually fit it. You could do it like this, but I don't think that's gonna work. But yeah, so that's all this, and we still have a bag of standees, and we do have some standees, the cardboard standees. So those I'm not too sure where they should go. Yeah, yes, but anyway, so do let me know down in the comments below if you do like this game. Oh, and one more thing before I stop the video, this actually do fit into this box really nicely, but I think for some reason, yeah, because of the cloth bags, I couldn't really fit it in, as well as some of the other stuff at the bottom that I probably didn't arrange nicely. So yeah, it should fit. So you can see it's super snug over here, and yeah. So this is the end of the unboxing. If you guys like this video, do give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and let me know if you guys will be backing the current Kickstarter, and will you be getting the expansions, because I find it's a bit it's a little bit little cards in it. So yeah, let me know. Once again, this is Wonderlands War. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.